what do you think about the current condo markets?
Well, the condo market is really starting to improve dramatically. But before we talk about this year, we should just talk for a minute about last year, because I think we were all surprised to see how well the market did perform last year in the middle of the pandemic. It obviously dropped off considerably in the spring, but then picked up dramatically during the summer. And so we ended up the year with over 20,000 sales across the GTA in condominium, which was, obviously down a lot from 2019, but around the 10-year average. So it was still not a bad year last year. And we originally contemplated launching this project last fall, but we decided to wait until there was a bit of an upswing in the news cycle about the pandemic and vaccine. And that's why we chose to wait until now. And we see the market really starting to improve in all respects in different market segments throughout the GTA. So we think this is the perfect timing to be launching a project like this with the market ramping back up the way it is, particularly in Mississauga.
Yep, that's absolutely. And I think I'm having the same opinion. The way market is performing, it is going to be a fantastic 2021. So I think, Lashika, I should give you the opportunity to ask the next question.
Absolutely. So as we were just talking about the current condo market, what would you say the current situation, COVID-19, what do you think what has been the impact of COVID-19 on Mississauga's market, specifically when we are talking about the famous Square One area or the location where we have M3 and now M4 coming? What do you think has been the impact of COVID on that particular segment of market?
I think it's been, actually, I think Mississauga actually performed better than some of the other subsectors throughout the GTA during 2020. I think the impact has been felt, across the board, but I think the Mississauga market is actually one of those markets, being a suburban market that has survived better and is going to pick up and move forward faster than downtown. I think a lot of people vacated downtown or wanted to leave downtown to get away from COVID, and I think Mississauga was one of the beneficiaries of that. And that will continue.
So Mark, John, can you give us a little bit more information about the progress of the previous towers like M1, M2, and M3?
Yeah, M1 and M2 are up around 20 floors out of 61 stories right now, and you'll see those buildings top off by this time next year. They're going to be spectacular skyline buildings. So you know how prominent the Maryland buildings are on the horizon when you're looking from far away. These are going to be much taller, and they're at a higher elevation of land, so they're going to be really amazing landmarks. So they'll start to occupy around the middle of next year. M3 is also well underway now. We've almost completed excavation, and we'll start pouring concrete in the next couple of months. And that's a longer build. It's a much taller building. That'll be finished in approximately 4.5 to 5 years from now. But it's going well. And M4, our plan is we've started working drawings, and we hope to be under construction by this time next year.
Okay. And if you have to compare the existing building, whether it's M2, M3, or there's a lot of development that is happening in the Square One area in Mississauga, how would you compare these Rogers building to those other buildings that you have to?
Well, there's no comparison. So we're a step ahead. We're the market leaders in every respect. We think we've done the best job in terms of design and the overall community design, the overall product offering of what we delivered. We actually have been leading the market in Mississauga since we started there in 2017. So we don't feel like we have much competition, really.
Okay.
You know what? I really love it. Because this is what I think is the confidence, and that is what I love about all the Rogers project, and especially this master plan community, especially M Towers over there. So tell me a little bit more about this whole development over there, all the 10 beautiful towers coming into, so that the end users and investors can understand really the vision behind that.
So just to add to that, whenever it's like a master planned community, we see that, there's a lot of parks or retails, and other than just the condo building, just the residential units, there's a lot which is in plan. So if you have to explain it to our listeners, our investors, what are some of the plans you have for this master planned community?
Yeah, I think it's a wonderful opportunity when a developer gets a piece of property this size and has a blank slate to basically create a whole city, little city, which is what we're doing. There'll be around 6,000 units here eventually, and probably close to 15,000 people living in this community. We started this project, I guess John and I started working on about 10, 12 years ago, and we brought in one of the top urban planning firms up in New York, Cooper Robertson, that helped us put together the plan for this project. And we were very conscious of how we aligned the roads, how people would experience the street level, pedestrian level of the project. We have a 2-acre park in the middle of the project. We put a lot of thought into where retail space should be to maximum advantage for people who live in this community. So I think that's one of the big differences when you see a master plan community like this is all the attention to the details of how it all hangs together. And then we made a point of making sure that each building was special in its own way in terms of design and amenities and other features of the product.
Okay. And in terms of the retail, is that all just for lease, or will there be opportunity for people to purchase retail there as well?
At this time, right now, it's all for lease.
All for lease, okay.
So there are a lot of questions which most of the time the buyers or the end users have in their mind in terms of the amenities into the building. So I'm pretty sure, the way we are presenting it, it is top of the line amenities over there. But is there anything special which is not there in the previous projects or in the neighborhood? So special focus on the amenities, please.
Well, we have the standard amenities which we find in most condominiums, like a very nice gymnasium, multi-purpose rooms, dining rooms. We've got kids' playrooms, outdoor play area. One of the neat things, and it's actually one of the images you can see there on the screen, is a Zen garden with a water feature, which is unique and has not appeared in any of the other projects before. I think actually our overall amenity package on this building is actually nicer than the other three. We just seem to get a little bit better with it every time we do it. So I think you'll see the results when you look at our renderings. They're really magnificent. It's going to be some great spaces.
And the amenities are also on several levels, and there's a real focus on the outdoor space as well in this building.
Yeah, we have a saltwater pool, which you can see there, which is on the deck on the 8th floor with a great lounge area around it. That'll be a very, very popular feature in the summer project for sure. And the other thing that maybe, John, you'd want to touch on is this building will be the most advanced of all the buildings in terms of technology. It's a big feature in this building.
Yeah, this has all the Rogers bells and whistles in it. Not a lot of residential developers out there take it to the extent that we have with this building, but we have the backbone of the infrastructure is a distributed antenna system, which basically makes it certain that wherever you are in the building, you will have the best possible cell coverage and Wi-Fi experience. So if you're outside by the pool and you want to stream your music, you can stream that over Wi-Fi in this building. We have also partnered, the Rogers Public Company has partnered with a company called One Valet and developed a seamless interface that basically connects you to the building through your smartphone. So anything that you can do on this, you can open your front door, you can turn up and down your thermostat from anywhere in the world, or you can open your door for someone from anywhere in the world. It has a facial recognition component to it at the front door. So if you choose as a resident, you don't have to, but if you choose to engage with facial recognition, all you have to do is show your face to the screen and the front door will open for you. Also, there's been a heightened focus on internet purchases over the past number of years, especially with the young millennials, and that's often causing a backlog in a lot of big condo buildings. So this One Valet system also is linked into the whole process of receiving packages from couriers. So a courier shows up, they scan their package at the door opens, it leads them over to the package room, they key in the package and who it's for, and the resident gets an immediate message that they've received a courier package and to come and pick it up with a special code. So it's really quite unique in terms of the technology that's going into this building.
Yeah, no, that's really good to know because when we're talking to end users, I think these kind of factors do play a very big role. So with that, if I have to pitch this to an investor, comparing this to other buildings in the area, what would you say? What, as per you, what could be the unique factor that will attract investors towards this particular project?
Well, I think it is ultimately it's the question of value for money. What are we delivering in terms of the features and amenities, and quality of design that our project provides, which we think is superior to what anybody else is doing in the neighborhood. So I think people will, when they take the time to understand what we're doing and look at our renderings and see the services we're providing, nobody else is doing what we're doing. So I think that's the reason people want to buy here. I think the long-term value of the product that we're delivering here in the city is very superior.
Okay. So are you going to ask your question, Raman, or should I just keep going?
Yeah. Now, because of the COVID, I know it's a very generic question. I'm not expecting some specific answer, but because of the COVID, there are many investors who are expecting an extended deposit structure. So are we expecting some good deposit structure in M4 as well?
We are. We're actually, we have a better deposit structure than we had for the first three buildings. We've gone from 20% pre-occupancy deposits to 15%, which we think will be a big help in terms of getting investors on board.
I was hoping you're going to say, yes, we have only 5% deposit structure for the first initial days left to go.
I'd love to be able to say that.
I know, right? It'll be such an easy sell then.
Absolutely.
Okay. So I know again, you don't have the prices as of yet and they cannot be disclosed, but if just for discussion purposes, I want to grab some, I know you have a lot of knowledge about that area, so I want to take advantage of that. What do you think is the good per square feet price that is going on in the area right now?
A good price? A good price in the area right now? Well, if you can get in for under $2,000 a foot, you're doing well.
I would love to sell Mississauga on that price. Again, that's something, in the future, one day will definitely be there. But if we have to pitch into the investors today and then we have to tell them, yes, this is the per square feet price and it's such a good deal. So I want to understand, what do you think, not for this particular project, what is the decent price of that area right now?
Well, I think there's projects that have been selling up to around $1,000 a foot, right?
Yeah.
But we're still trying to study the market ourselves to understand exactly what price point we should be coming at. You have to weigh the features, amenities, and everything else we're providing in the building before we make that decision.
Yeah.
I would also of course, this location does not need any introduction, but I would still request Mark and John to give some idea about, in real estate, it's location. So some points about the location as well.
Well, again, we were center ice in Mississauga. We were part of the whole downtown that's evolving there. In fact, we've been a big part of why it's evolved as quickly as it has. We're just a short walk to Square One and all the amenities around Square One, colleges. We're going to be a short walk to the new LRT line that's being constructed up here in Hurontario. So in terms of the location, this being in this particular part of Mississauga is where the future is. And our project specifically, because of the amenities that we have with the parkland and the retail that we're going to have, I think makes it a very special place to be in downtown.
Great, that's excellent to know. So Mark, John, thank you very much for giving us insight about such a wonderful project which is coming right in the heart of Mississauga. And of course, our viewers will get a little bit more information, either it is the price or it is the deposit structure, closing date. But Rogers has already proven themselves by putting up those three beautiful buildings, and Mark and John have updated about what has been happening in terms of the construction of the previous project. When you are buying anything with Rogers, you don't have to think twice. You just have to make your decision to pick up your unit. As far as the architecture is concerned, it is one of the top class architecture in the world. As far as the quality of the construction is concerned, I don't think so Rogers need any kind of interaction to that. And as far as the delivery of the project, which I think is the most important aspect during pandemic, we can all be rest assured that this is one of the best investment, not only in Mississauga, but all across GT. So if you want to book your units for M4, definitely Team SaveMax is there for you. John and Mark, I would definitely love to hear some words from you about association with Team SaveMax.
Well, what was the question again? Sorry, I missed that.
So the association with Team SaveMax and MCD project.
Yes, absolutely.
I want you to say some good words about us.
Oh yeah, you're fantastic. What are you talking about? You great
guys are the
best. Yeah, absolutely. We're really looking forward to working with you on this project as well. Yeah, it's great.
Absolutely, and that's our pleasure. Thank you very much, John and Mark, and thank you, Baker. Thank you, my wonderful friend Jeff, as well as Kimberly.
Okay. Thank you very much for joining us today. That's great.